All right, let's go over to Governor Gavin Newsom taking a stance on the war in Gaza. In a letter to the state's Muslim, Palestinian, American, and Arab American communities, the governor called for an immediate ceasefire. The call is coming as the U.S. is expected to ask the UN Security Council to back a ceasefire and hostage deal. Crawford's Dan Thorne has that story.
Governor Gavin Newsom is now joining the chorus of people calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. In a letter to California's Muslim, Palestinian American, and Arab American communities, Newsom says it's time to work toward peace.
Yesterday's ceasefire could have saved today's martyrs is a line that we have used over and over again in our advocacy. I would say better late than never.
For months, organizations like the Bay Area's Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, have been pressuring elected officials to demand a ceasefire in Gaza. Zara Ballou, executive director of CAIR, says the ceasefire is necessary to save innocent lives.
Though we have been asking for a ceasefire in October, we welcome that call even now. Palestinians are facing a catastrophe like nothing we've seen before. Either they are bombed or they are starved.
The governor's letter also acknowledged a rise in anti-Muslim discrimination and hate. CAIR National says in the months following the October 7th attack on Israel, anti-Arab bias jumped more than 170%. The governor's statements come during the holy month of Ramadan. For Ballou and many Muslims, this year's observance is incredibly somber, but they're not giving up.
We welcome the governor's greetings during this blessed time, and we are even more prayerful and more committed to action and protest to continue to advocate for a ceasefire.
In San Francisco, Dan Thorne, KRON 4 News.
Meantime, you have the San Francisco Bay Area office of CAIR. They're calling on San Bruno officials to issue a public apology over what they say happened during last week's city council meeting. CAIR says city officials refuse to let Muslims attending the meeting break their fast and pray inside a city hall. The group sent this letter to San Bruno's mayor. In it, CAIR says Muslim residents had previously requested accommodations for fasting as the meeting fell on the second night of Ramadan. City staff reportedly denied the request just hours before the meeting happened, stating city policy prohibits food in the lobby. Despite the presence of a vending machine and kiosk for snacks and pastries, also an area to congregate, fasting constituents were instructed instead to break their fast and make their prayer outside, surrounded by police presence. The letter asked the mayor to clarify the city's policies used to justify their actions and engage in comprehensive Islamophobia training.